everyone, I'm Em. Today I will be teaching you about yarn types, what each type of yarn is good for, the variations between everything, the different weights, what yarn is good for what project, the differences between it all. First up, we have cotton yarn. Cotton yarn is really great for clothing. It is great for bathing suits and tote bags. It's very durable. It is easy to wash. I do not recommend drying it as it will shrink. So there are different size cotton yarns. This one is a 1 weight by Hobbii. I love Hobbii. It is very small. Now your patterns that you're working on should tell you what size yarn you need. This one is also a cotton yarn. It's a little bit thicker. It is Peaches and Cream, one of my favorite cotton yarns. And it is a 4 weight and 100% cotton. This one is also 100% cotton. This one is really great for tote bags, headbands, that kind of stuff. This one is used for more like bathing suits and tank tops, that kind of thing, as it makes thicker stitches and you don't really see through it as much as you would see through this one. Next up is cotton mix blends. Cotton mix blends also make really great clothing. I do not recommend them for bathing suits or any kind of attire that would get wet all of the time, as they don't dry as quickly and they stick to the skin. This feels like it's probably like a 2 weight. It's very thin. Also another really great option. This type of yarn is actually called a hank. So if you hear somebody referring to a hank of yarn, it is this elongated type of yarn. You need to wind this into your own kind of ball, because this is a hank and this is a skein. See how it comes already pre-wound? So you would need to wind this yourself. I like to put it on the back of a chair and wind my balls that way. It opens up into a big circle. So you can hang it over the back of a chair and wind it. See, it unwinds, and this will eventually make a big giant circle. Yeah, I might as well just take it off. So it'll unwind and become a big circle. And then you would hang this over the back of the chair, find your yarn end, and start rolling it into a ball. Next up, we will be talking about 5 weight bulky acrylic yarn. I love this one. It is the Caron Colorama Halo. It's very, very nice yarn. If you notice, it has tiny little hairs on it. Not all acrylic yarn has this. I just happen to have some of this in the 5 weight. I use it for sweaters and jackets, hats, scarves, mittens are really great in this too. Ear warmers. I would not use this for anything that would get wet, such as swimwear. It would just be very uncomfortable, very heavy, would not dry very quickly. And it also would stretch out if you tried to use it for, like, say, a tote bag. It would stretch out over time. Then we have regular worsted weight acrylic. Now you will hear people refer to this yarn as worsted weight. They're just talking about a standard 4 weight yarn. So if you hear anybody talking about worsted weight yarn, that is this one, the number 4. As you notice, this one does not have any kind of fibers on it. I'm currently making a cardigan with this one. This type of yarn is really great for sweaters and hats, scarves, mittens, gloves, stuffed animals. I love these cinnamon swirl cakes by Caron. This is a really nice yarn, has a nice feel to it, and they come in beautiful variegations of colors. Next, we'll be moving on to blanket yarn. Blanket yarn comes in 6 and 7 weight. The difference between blanket yarn and chenille is the texture. Chenille is very soft, kind of shiny, whereas this one, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of very fuzzy and very soft. This is great for blankets. It is also great for stuffed animals, baby items. This would make a great baby blanket. Little snuggly loveys, you know, the little stuffed animals with the blankets on them for babies. And I will be showing you what the difference is between this and chenille in just a moment. Let me grab my chenille. I don't know if you can see the difference here. This one is very, very fuzzy, very soft. This one is also very soft, but see how it's not fuzzy? It's kind of got a little sheen to it. Now this is chenille. This is my favorite chenille yarn. It's Toucan by Hobbii. Really, really great yarn. But you can clearly see the difference here. This is a 6 weight. This is also a 6 weight. But see how this one's just a little bit thinner because it's not as fuzzy as this one. This chenille is really great for stuffed animals. That's what I mainly use it for. You could make a hat out of this. It may get a little warm to wear. But yeah. Now, you have this size chenille, but you can also have this one. It is very thin. This is a 4 weight, the skinny chenille. I use this one for keychains and things of that nature. Now these are both chenilles. See how this one is also flat, not fuzzy, and kind of shiny? This is the difference between the 6 weight and the 4 weight. This one would be great for a light blanket. And this one is great for making smaller stuffed animals and things like that. I would also like to talk about yarn that I do not currently have on hand. You can get alpaca yarn. You can get 100% wool yarn, which I am allergic to, so I cannot use that. Unfortunately, it gives me hives. But those types of yarn make really great sweaters, hats, booties, scarves, mittens, anything that you would wear typically. There's also silk yarn. Silk yarn is really great for delicate pieces like shawls and sweaters, tank tops, things that you would typically wear in the summer. And thread weight yarn. Thread weight yarn is very, very thin. It is also referred to as fingering weight. We use those more for like lace doilies and delicate lace pieces. Say you wanted to make a very dainty sundress, you would use fingering weight thread yarn. That is pretty much all I have to say about yarn today. I hope this was informative, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to email me at blindlystitching@gmail.com or on my Instagram, blindlystitching@Instagram. Thank you. Have a great day.